The shocking mistakes everyone makes when eating sardines. Sardines are one of the few types of seafood that naturally stay extremely low in mercury. That makes them one of the safest and most nutritious options you can enjoy regularly. These tiny fish are packed with benefits for your heart, brain, and even your bones. They're rich in protein, omega-3s, calcium, and key vitamins your body relies on. But here's the problem. Most people make a handful of major mistakes that drain those benefits, ruin the flavor, and sometimes even affect their health. Think about it for a second. When you buy sardines, are you sure you're choosing the right type on the shelf? Do you store leftovers correctly, or do you accidentally let them spoil? Have you ever rinsed sardines before eating them, assuming it makes them healthier? And here's the biggest question. Are you throwing away the part that actually contains the most nutrients? The truth is, sardines often get misunderstood. Not because of what's inside the can, but because of what people do with them afterward. From storage errors to cooking slip-ups, these small fish lose their benefits before they even have the chance to help your body. In this video, we'll go through the common mistakes people make with sardines. Some may seem minor at first, but once you understand the reasoning, you'll realize how much they really matter. By the end, you'll know exactly how to enjoy sardines the way they're meant to be eaten. Before we start, can I ask a quick favor? Hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of healthy eaters. And if you like videos like this, type yes in the comments so we know you're following along. All right, let's begin. Mistake 10, throwing out the bones. One of the most frequent errors is removing the tiny bones from sardines. At first, it might feel like the right choice. With bigger fish, bones can be sharp, annoying, and even risky. But sardines are completely different. Their bones are totally edible, soft, and safe to chew. The canning process pressure cooks them until they're so tender, most people barely notice them. And here's the big secret. Those little bones are extremely nutritious. They're one of the best natural calcium sources you'll ever get from seafood. A single serving of sardines with the bones provides more than a third of your daily calcium needs. Crucial for keeping your bones strong, your teeth healthy, and your muscles functioning properly. Plus, they contain vitamin D, which helps your body absorb that calcium. Together, calcium and vitamin D form a powerful team for protecting bone health, especially as we age. When you remove the bones, you're not only creating extra work, you're throwing away nutrients your body truly needs. And honestly, you won't even notice them. They blend right into the fish. Many people who eat sardines often can't tell where the bones end and the meat begins. Yes, some brands sell sardines without bones, but they usually cost more and often look broken apart because the deboning process damages the fish. That means you're paying extra money for less nutrition and a worse appearance. The solution is simple. Keep the bones. They're safe, extremely nutritious, and practically invisible once you start eating. Think of them as a hidden bonus that makes sardines one of the most nutrient-packed foods you can buy. Mistake 9, choosing water-packed instead of oil-packed. Another big mistake happens right at the store. Picking sardines packed in water instead of oil. At first glance, water-packed might sound healthier. Fewer calories, lighter taste, right? But here's the truth. When you choose water instead of oil, you lose both flavor and nutrition. Sardines are naturally full of healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids. These are the same fats that reduce inflammation, protect your heart, keep the fish moist, and help your body absorb those omega-3s better. Water, however, does nothing to protect the fish. Sardines packed in water often turn out bland, dry, or even metallic over time. That's because water can't shield the fish's natural oils from breaking down. As they oxidize, the flavor and nutrition fade. Oil, on the other hand, acts like a barrier, keeping sardines fresher and tastier much longer. In fact, many food enthusiasts say sardines in olive oil taste even better the longer they sit. Yes, sardines in oil contain more calories, but they're healthy fats your body actually benefits from. It's a small choice that makes a huge difference. If you want sardines that taste great and deliver maximum nutrition, Skip the water-packed cans and choose ones preserved in good oil. Mistake 8. Letting opened cans sit too long. Here's a mistake almost everyone makes at some point: leaving an opened can of sardines out for too long. While unopened cans can last for years, once you open one, the countdown begins. As soon as sardines touch air, they start to degrade. The healthy oils begin to oxidize, which not only changes the flavor, but also destroys precious omega-3 fats, the main reason most people eat sardines in the first place. That means the longer they sit, the worse they taste, and the fewer nutrients you get. How long they last depends on what they're packed in. Sardines in water spoil fastest, usually within 24 hours. Ones packed in oil can last 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. If they're in tomato sauce, you might stretch them to 4 days. But here's the rule you must follow. After a week, no matter the type, sardines are spoiled and unsafe. Another mistake is leaving them inside the open can. Once exposed, the metal can react with air and speed up spoilage, adding an unpleasant metallic flavor. That's why food safety experts suggest moving sardines into a clean glass or plastic airtight container immediately. This keeps air out, slows nutrient loss, and preserves taste. If you want to extend their life further, you can freeze them. But freezing changes the texture and makes them softer. The best habit is simple. Only open what you'll finish in a couple of days, and always transfer leftovers into a proper container. It's an easy step that keeps your sardines safe, tasty, and nutritious. Mistake 7. Ignoring expiration dates and storage rules. Many people assume canned foods last forever, but that's not true. Sardines can stay fresh for several years if sealed and stored correctly, but heat, sunlight, and moisture are their worst enemies. If you keep cans near a sunny window next to the stove or in a damp pantry, you speed up the breakdown of both the can and the fish inside. Over time, the oils oxidize, flavors turn sour, and nutrients begin to disappear. Even worse, a damaged can may allow bacteria to grow, making the sardines unsafe to eat. And here's something most people don't realize. Not all sardines store equally well. Sardines packed in tomato sauce or acidic liquids break down faster than those in oil. So if you buy multiple varieties, rotate them. Use the acidic ones first and save the oil-packed versions for long-term storage. It's also smart to inspect the can before opening. If you notice bulges, rust, dents along the seams, or leaks, don't risk it. Throw it away. Think of it this way. Sardines are one of the most affordable superfoods you can buy. Don't waste them. And more importantly, don't risk your health because of poor storage. With a little attention, you can keep every can fresh, safe, and ready to deliver the nutrition it should. Mistake 6, eating them only straight from the can. One of the greatest conveniences of sardines is how effortless they are. Open the tin and they're ready to eat immediately. But here's the problem. If you always eat them plain, you miss out on tons of flavor and versatility. That's why many people quickly lose interest. Sardines are far more adaptable than most people think. Treat them like an ingredient, not just a finished snack. For example, mash them with a little yogurt, avocado, or olive oil to create a protein-packed spread for toast or crackers. On bread, add toppings like capers, onions, or sliced tomatoes for a Mediterranean-style bite that feels gourmet but takes only minutes. They're also excellent in warm dishes. Fold them into pasta sauce at the very end for added richness and omega-3s. Toss them into a stir-fry right before serving so they stay whole while boosting protein. Even pizza tastes better with sardines. Their bold, salty flavor pairs beautifully with olives, peppers, and fresh herbs. And at breakfast, mix them into scrambled eggs or omelets for a powerhouse start to your morning. The benefit isn't only taste, it's nutrition as well. Combining sardines with vegetables, grains, or healthy fats improves how your body absorbs their nutrients. For instance, pairing them with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or peppers helps your body take in more iron. So yes, it's perfectly fine to eat them straight from the can sometimes, but don't restrict yourself. With just a little imagination, sardines can become a secret ingredient that makes countless meals more interesting and more nourishing. Mistake 5. Assuming all sardines taste identical. Many people believe sardines are all the same. Open one can and they'll taste just like any other. But that's completely wrong. Just like wine, coffee, or cheese, sardines differ greatly in flavor, texture, and quality depending on where they're sourced, how they're packed, and even the season they're caught. Take their origin waters, for instance. Atlantic sardines can taste very different from those from the Mediterranean or Pacific because the temperature, diet, and environment of the fish all matter. Cold water sardines, such as those from Norway, usually have a firmer texture and a cleaner flavor. Sardines from warmer regions can be softer and richer. Even the time of year plays a role. Fish caught in spring often taste lighter, while those caught later in the year are fattier and more flavorful. And there's more. The packing liquid dramatically affects the taste. Olive oil, tomato sauce, mustard, or water each highlight different aspects of the fish. Spanish and Portuguese sardines stored in premium olive oil, for example, often develop deep, complex notes over time. Some brands even smoke their sardines, adding a savory richness, while others use seasoned oils or sauces for extra spice. So if you didn't like one can, don't give up on sardines entirely. It might have just been that particular style. Trying different brands, origins, and packing methods can completely transform your experience. Sardines aren't one size fits all. Once you explore, you'll discover an entire world of flavors hiding inside those small tins. Mistake 4. Combining sardines with conflicting flavors. Sardines are bold little fish. Their rich oils and strong savory taste make them powerful ingredients. But that also means they need the right companions on the plate. One of the biggest mistakes is mixing sardines with flavors that compete instead of complement. Here's the secret. Sardines thrive on contrast. Their natural richness works best with bright, fresh, or tangy ingredients that cut through the oiliness. Think lemon juice, vinegar, capers, tomatoes, or pickled vegetables. These sharp flavors don't hide the sardine taste. They brighten it, making the dish more balanced and vibrant. Fresh herbs like parsley, dill, or cilantro also add a clean, refreshing note that lightens everything up. So what should you avoid? Heavy, creamy sauces, buttery dishes, or overly sweet pairings. Cream combined with oily sardines usually feels too dense, overwhelming your palate. Sweet glazes or fruit toppings often clash with the natural saltiness of sardines, creating an unpleasant contrast. Consider this example. Sardines on toast with lemon and herbs taste light and satisfying, but sardines covered in a heavy cheese sauce become overwhelming. It's not that experimenting is forbidden, but balance is the key. When you choose flavors wisely, sardines go from simple canned fish to a refined ingredient that tastes fresh, lively, and unforgettable. Mistake 3. Washing away flavor and nutrients. This one may surprise you. One of the worst things you can do with sardines is rinsing them underwater before eating. Many people try this hoping to reduce salt, fat, or that fishy note. But in reality, rinsing strips away flavor and important nutrients. When sardines are canned, the oil, sauce, or brine isn't just filler, it's part of the preservation method. Over time, the fish and the liquid exchange flavors, and key nutrients like omega-3s and fat-soluble vitamins migrate into that liquid. When you rinse them, you lose those nutrients along with the taste that took months to develop. With sardines in oil, rinsing creates another issue. Oil and water don't mix, so the fish becomes slippery, mushy, and less appealing. The same applies to sardines packed in tomato or mustard sauce. Rinsing removes the tanginess and depth that balance the natural flavor of the fish. And regarding salt, yes, sardines can be salty, but rinsing doesn't really solve it. The salt is absorbed into the flesh during canning, not just resting on the surface. A better solution is buying low-sodium varieties or reducing the salt elsewhere in your meal. That way you preserve both nutrition and flavor. Think of it this way. Rinsing sardines is like erasing months of carefully developed flavor and nutrients in seconds. Instead of washing everything away, embrace the oil, brine, or sauce. It's part of what makes sardines unique. Mistake 2. Avoiding sardines because of fishiness. One of the biggest reasons people skip sardines is the belief that they're too fishy. But the truth is, sardines are fish. They're meant to taste like the sea. The real issue isn't the sardines themselves, but how they're stored, prepared, or paired with other ingredients. Good sardines should taste clean, savory, and slightly briny, like a fresh ocean breeze. If yours taste overly strong or unpleasant, chances are they weren't stored well, they're past their best date, or they're simply not paired with the right foods. The goal isn't to hide the flavor, but to brighten it. Acidic ingredients like fresh lemon juice, a splash of vinegar, or a spoonful of tomato sauce cut through heaviness and make the taste feel lively. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or dill have the same effect, adding freshness that balances the richness. Quality also matters tremendously. Sardines packed in good olive oil or tomato sauce often taste much cleaner and less intense than cheaper, poorly processed options. And here's something interesting. Your taste buds can adapt. If you rarely eat fish, sardines may seem strong at first, but over time, you start noticing their subtle sweetness and depth. Instead of rejecting sardines as too fishy, try different pairings. Add them to a salad, squeeze some citrus on top, or serve them with crisp vegetables. You'll be surprised how quickly that strong flavor becomes something you actually enjoy. Mistake 1. Tossing out the valuable oil. This is easily the most expensive mistake people make with sardines, draining the oil and pouring it away. That golden liquid isn't trash. It's where a big part of the flavor and nutrition ends up. Here's the reason. When sardines sit in oil, a slow exchange happens. The fish release some of their natural juices into the oil, and at the same time, the oil seeps back into the meat. Over weeks and months of storage, that oil becomes loaded with omega-3 fats, fat-soluble vitamins like D and E, and deep savory richness. In short, it turns into liquid nourishment. Throwing it out isn't just losing calories. You're wasting important nutrients that support your heart, brain, and immune system. From a cooking perspective, you're also discarding a free flavor enhancer most chefs would love to have around. So what can you do with it? Plenty. Drizzle the oil over salads instead of store-bought dressing. Use it to sauté onions or garlic when making pasta or rice. Stir a spoonful into soups or stews to enrich the broth. You can even dip crusty bread into it with lemon and herbs for a quick appetizer. And here's an extra tip. The oil's flavor actually develops more after opening. Kept in the fridge for a few days, it can bring even more depth to your dishes. Sardine oil is far too precious to waste. Treat it like the secret ingredient it truly is. Who should be cautious with sardines? Sardines are among the healthiest foods you can eat, but like any potent ingredient, they aren't ideal for everyone. A few groups should be more careful about eating them frequently. People with high blood pressure or salt sensitivity. Many canned sardines come packed in brine, oil, or sauces that contain a lot of sodium. Too much salt can raise blood pressure, so low-sodium options are best. Those dealing with gout or elevated uric acid. Sardines contain high levels of purines, which the body converts into uric acid. For sensitive individuals, that can trigger gout attacks. Moderation matters. Anyone prone to kidney stones, especially uric acid stones, since purines may increase the risk. It's wise to ask your doctor before eating sardines regularly. Pregnant women. The good news is sardines are extremely low in mercury, unlike big fish like tuna or swordfish. But because they're packed in oil or brine, it's smart to watch sodium and calories if you eat them often. For most healthy people, sardines are an amazing food to enjoy often. But if you're in one of these groups, a moderate approach is safest. To sum it up, sardines are one of the most overlooked superfoods out there, if you handle them the right way. From choosing the correct can to storing, pairing, and preparing them properly, small mistakes can mean the difference between a bland bite and a powerful dose of nutrition. Don't let simple slip-ups stop you from getting all the benefits sardines offer. Packed with protein, omega-3s, calcium, and vitamins, they strengthen your heart, brain, and bones while being one of the most affordable foods available. Now you know how to get the most from them and avoid the errors most people make. If this video helped you, tap the like button and subscribe so you don't miss more tips on smart, healthy eating. Do you eat sardines regularly or have a favorite recipe? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and for being part of our community. And if you want to keep learning, we've got 2 more videos waiting. Just click one and we'll meet you there. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. Your support really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss future content. I'd love to know your thoughts, so leave a comment and tell me what you think. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.